Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about pots, pans and packaging. In my book Lab to Table, and of course all my Changing Habits, Changing Lives books, I write about pots, pans and packaging in one of the chapters. Because I believe that what you cook your food in is just as important as the food that you are consuming. I watched a video yesterday, a documentary called The Devil We Know. And it is all about the lawsuit that was done against DuPont. DuPont makes Teflon, Teflon coated pans. They also make Scotchgard, floss that has Teflon in it. Your furnishings could have a protection over it, a stain-proof protection, carpets, wet weather gear. All have this water and fat resistant product. When we cook with Teflon, the Teflon does eventually rub off. If it goes to a certain heat, it off-gases and it will injure birds. It will actually kill birds. So it's not the best product. DuPont was sued for the chemicals that they spilt out into the waterways of where their plant was, because it caused testicular cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer and prostate cancer. It also causes kidney damage and liver damage. So number one, the Teflon, and I'll have to just show you something. I have a pot here. So this is a Teflon pot that has been scratched. So unless you've got a hankering for Teflon, I would be not consuming any foods that have this scratching that you can see on this pot. I have so many pots around me at the moment that you might see me disappear while I find some other pots. So I really recommend, and it is free, you can see it online for free. I really recommend that you watch The Devil We Know, because it will tell you the lies and the corruption of DuPont and 3M and the chemicals that they made and the chemicals that they put into the water and the chemicals that are now ubiquitous throughout the planet. In actual fact, they believe that 98% of people have this chemical in them, and this chemical is a fluorocarbon, and it's called PFOE. We now recognize that 1 drop or 1 part per billion, which is 1 drop in a swimming pool, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, can cause damage. That's not a lot if you really think about it, 1 part per billion. So you have two things to consider here with Teflon fry pans and Teflon cooking and anything that is Teflon out there. That you are supporting a company that knew for 20 years plus the dangers of this chemical, the dangers of the chemical they were putting into the water supply, but refused to tell the population or the people. And it wasn't until a farmer who lost 150 cattle as a result of this chemical started to make waves. And you can watch that in a movie called Dark Waters. And if you watch the documentary The Devil We Know and then watch the movie Dark Waters, you will start to understand the lies and the corruption of DuPont. So you can choose to support them with using anything that's non-coated or non-stick and coated with Teflon. I want you to know that in 2013, because of the lawsuits and everything that was happening, the company changed the chemical. So it changed it away from what they were using to something else called Generation X. So Teflon was discovered in 1938. It's probably used from about 1945 onwards. We actually know what it does. We've done the science. We've seen there were 70,000 people that gave their blood around this factory that DuPont had that they was making the Teflon, and they noticed a significant issue with health problems with the amount of this chemical that was in their blood. So to buy these products, even the Generation X products, means you're supporting a company that has destroyed people's lives, has prematurely killed people, has, and there is in The Devil We Know, you will learn about a young man who was born with half a nose and his eye was one of his eyes was a lot lower than it should be. And you know, the damage that's done to him as well as other children in exactly that situation. So what's the alternative to Teflon? Well, it's stainless steel. So I have some stainless steel pots here. So this is my stainless steel pot. I'll use this with glass. I like glass because I like to see it boiling or what is happening. So instead of using Teflon coated pans, why don't you try stainless steel? In our next video, I will talk about baking and what are the dishes that I bake with. See you in the next video.